When I turned 40, they said eat more protein to preserve the strength in your legs. When I turned 60, they said you lose your explosive leg power because of sarcopenia. Well, I haven't, and it's not only about eating protein. In this episode, I'm sharing with you the daily habits that help me avoid sarcopenia. Habits based on science and on understanding of aging.
After 60, one of the strongest predictors of quality of life and longevity is the amount of muscle a person maintains. That's why health authorities often recommend increasing daily protein intake for older adults. But simply eating more protein isn't enough. As the body ages, there are 4 physiologic changes that make it harder for protein to be used efficiently. They are increasing oxidative stress, decreasing mitochondrial energy, decreasing blood flow, and increasing anabolic resistance. These changes interfere with the body's ability to move protein into muscle tissue and use it for repair, strength, and mobility. If they aren't addressed, much of the extra protein older adults consume simply can't be used effectively, and the end result is loss of muscle mass, also known as sarcopenia. And sarcopenia becomes a major contributor to functional impairment and disability. Next, we will look at 4 real-world strategies that can be used to address the 4 physiologic changes that contribute to sarcopenia. By engaging in these efforts, we can decrease the chance of experiencing the type of muscle loss that leads to disability. The first strategy for addressing the physiologic changes contributing to sarcopenia is to increase intake of anthocyanin-rich foods. Anthocyanins are the plant pigments that produce purple, blue, and red colors in grains, fruits, vegetables, and flowers. Studies show that anthocyanins reduce oxidative stress and improve vascular responsiveness, which increases blood flow and delivery of protein and oxygen to muscle tissue as you age. The following are ways to add more anthocyanin-rich foods to your diet. Drink 4 to 8 ounces of purple grape juice in the morning, ideally with breakfast or shortly after waking. Drink 1 cup of hibiscus tea in the evening, steeping the tea for 5 to 10 minutes to get the full benefit. Add 1/2 to 1 cup of berries to your breakfast 3 to 5 times per week, such as mixing them into yogurt. Oatmeal or smoothies. Include 1/2 to 1 cup of red cabbage in your meals 2 to 4 times per week, adding it to salads, bowls, or lightly cooked dishes. The second strategy for addressing the physiologic changes contributing to sarcopenia is to use an organized plan for adding extra protein to the diet. Spread your protein meals across the day. Eat smaller portions of protein at each meal. Choose sources that are easy to digest and absorb. Protein powders or foods like eggs, fish, yogurt, tofu, beans, and lentils tend to be easier on the digestive system and help your body access the amino acids it needs without extra strain. If you're already getting a reasonable amount of protein at each meal, a spoonful of yogurt, a few nuts, a bit of fish, or 1/2 cup of beans can help support the stronger muscle-building signal your body needs after 60. Here's the part that rarely gets revealed. Research studies suggest that pairing protein sources with anthocyanin-rich foods can help reduce protein oxidation and slow muscle loss. So, for example, you might have salmon on your plate and purple cabbage on the side, or eggs with a serving of blueberries. To make this easier to follow, here's a simple chart. In the first column, you'll see common protein sources. Next to that, the physiological benefit of pairing them with anthocyanin-rich foods. And in the final column, the specific benefit for maintaining muscle after 60. These foods are meant to be included together in the same meal, not mixed into a single dish. The goal is to combine them within the same meal, so your body receives the full benefit of the pairing. You can pause the video here and choose one combination that fits your lifestyle. Small, consistent pairings like these help your body respond better to protein. The third strategic action to take to reduce muscle loss from sarcopenia is to increase engagement in activities that raise the heart rate. Research shows that activities that raise the heart rate stimulate the body's built-in system for repairing and replacing damaged mitochondria, a key step in slowing the physiologic decline that contributes to sarcopenia. The fourth element of this 4-strategy system to prevent sarcopenia is performing weight-bearing exercises. Weight training is perhaps the most well-established strategy for slowing the progress of sarcopenia. However, there is evidence that bodyweight exercises are equally useful for slowing muscle loss from sarcopenia. Research studies have found that the demand placed on the muscles by weight-bearing exercise is the primary signal they need to overcome anabolic resistance after 60 and respond to the protein that's eaten. Here's why all that we have just discussed works for someone over 60. After 60, digestion slows and muscles become less responsive to protein on their own. Weight-bearing activity provides the primary signal your muscles need to grow and repair, and increasing your intake of anthocyanin-rich foods together with protein helps your body make better use of that signal. Altogether, these strategies help reduce your risk of disability as you age.